Welcome to episode 6 of my recap video of Village on a Diet. I'm Kyle With. You can find my stuff at kylewith.com. Let's get right into it. This week was Veggie Week, but I think we should have called it Relationship Tension Week, as many people had relationship issues with their friends, sisters, spouse, fiance, whatever. So let's break that up and let's look at that for a second here. So I want to talk about the Frasers again. See, I always like to talk about the Frasers because they're, I just like to. Sarah, I hope the best for Sarah. She's always with Jen, and they always are playing up the competition between the two. And I really think that if Sarah wanted to achieve her goals here and feel better about herself, that she shouldn't be working out with Jen. She's her sister, yes, but they're not like teenagers. They're not joined by the hip. She shouldn't have to be with Sarah when she goes and exercises. I think she would feel better about herself and see more success if she could just do it on her own and have her self-motivating. And I think we do end up seeing that a bit at the end of the show there. But I don't think although Jen is doing good for herself, I don't think Jen is helping Sarah and is not seeing that how much it really is affecting her. But then then we go to Jamie and her fiance. Jamie, who's doing well, feels that she is affecting George, her fiance, and feels that he might not see her in the same way anymore, and she might not see him in the same way. And she's really worried about that, and she's really concerned, and the show plays it up as if George just sits at home and doesn't participate in anything they do. And we got to see Jamie go to Looney Tunes, I think it was, the local entertainment spot, if you will, in Fort St. John here. I can't say I've ever been, nor do I say I ever want to go. It actually looked like they rented out the whole building. But again, by the end of it, thanks to Melissa, the town cook, or the pizza joint owner, they threw a bachelorette party for Jamie, which she was totally shocked, very happy to see, and I think they're going to do well. And the very closing scene of Village on a Diet this week was Jamie and George on a bike ride together, so showing that their relationship is strong. Well, another relationship, I'm just going to do relationships this show if you didn't notice, is Stephen, who is the father of Jonathan. And a couple weeks ago, Jonathan wasn't on, and for some reason last week, maybe we'll talk about that another time, because I got an email from Jonathan. Hi Jonathan, how you doing? So anyway, back to this episode. Stephen finally backed off of Jonathan, and Jonathan got into the gym with Mike, and they were training together, and he let it all out, and then him and his dad went and had to talk. And I finally figured it out, Jonathan. You need to do more aggressive activities. That's what you need. You need to build that confidence, and I think that's what builds. That's what, for me, it's like you need to just hit something. Just when someone feels like they're getting at you, you just need to hit something. So that's why I'm glad I saw Mike there getting out the boxing gloves, and you were able to hit something and let some of your anger out, which I think is more fun anyway. I don't want to be sitting on the treadmill going like this. I want to be up and bouncing around and boxing and, like physically moving and letting out energy that builds up inside, because I know how that energy feels. You get so angry and you get so frustrated. You just need to let it all out. Then we saw Glenn Cross, who's the town crier, if you will, and his wife, who is in shape already, but training with them. And Garfield does say an interesting point at the end of their exercise together. They did really well together. They were awesome, a great couple. Glenn's a great guy. I really admire Glenn. I'm looking up to the guy. Garfield says couples who work out together stick together, or something along those lines, which I thought was interesting considering the tension that is going on with so many other couples and so many other relationships in town, especially Brent and Sheena's, where Brent is seeing Sheena achieve so much more, his wife, from what he is, and he's being affected by this, and it's affecting him, and he's closing up, and he's becoming his old self. So I fear in that sense. Big challenge this week was the canoeing on the river just south of town, and a lot of people wanted to do it, but this was very early in the week, so some people were actually a little skeptical to do it. They were afraid of the water and whatever, but everyone got to do it and had a little fun. I thought it was funny how some people didn't actually know how to paddle properly. You don't hold it like a baseball bat. You hold it and you always paddle on the opposite sides. But anyway, I've had way too many canoeing courses in my younger years. Let's go to Melissa for a second here, because I'm excited about Melissa. She has really come around, and it's like, hello, different person here. She's all for making vegetable pizzas, which I'm shocked, because at one point she was saying that it was the meat that drove her business. She's delivering these vegetable pizzas to the school. They love it. She's loving it. And then Chef Jonathan shows up one day and says, okay, we're going to redo your store. The people of Taylor are here to help, and they just rip her store apart. And next week we might actually get to see the grand reopening of her new store. And I'm excited, because although I could drive down the road 20 minutes and look in the door and find out for myself, I'm excited to see the change, because I think there's a lot of good change coming her way in future endeavors in her business. So it's gonna be a little good there. Let me know your thoughts on any of these topics. I want to get the discussion going here. These are just my thoughts and opinions. KyleWith.com is where you can find this stuff. I'm at KyleWith on Twitter. You can follow me there, and that's it for my Village on a Diet recap for episode 6. We'll see you next week. Although this is the last time you'll see me in this spot, I'm going to be in a different spot next week because I have to move out of my kitchen here. Bye now.